In this video, I'm going to explain the science and psychology of why women seem to always go after the bad boys, and more importantly, how you can still use that to your advantage, even if you don't consider yourself a bad boy or an asshole or anything like that. Okay? Now, first of all, who am I? My name is Alan Woods. I'm a dating coach. I help guys to master their dating lives and go on amazing dates with great girls. If you need help, book a call down below. But anyways, let's dive in. So the first thing to understand here, at a very high level, is the psychology of this and the evolutionary biology that leads into why women want assholes and bad boys. Okay? So let's take things back to the Ice Age. 10,000 years ago, women, they were in these tribal societies. They were out being, taken care of by men in many cases. When they got pregnant, they needed a man to provide for them. They needed a man to provide for their children. They needed a man to hunt. They needed a man to protect them from other men. So if a man wasn't strong, emotionally capable, respected by other men, if he wasn't those things, well, then her and her offspring were in a very, very bad position. So how does this relate to today? Well, the fact of the matter is that one of the main things that we see in bad boys and assholes is that they don't really give a fuck. Like they have cockiness out of their ass. Like they don't care. And what the psychology shows is that when someone is very competent in an area, well, they typically display confidence. So if a guy is very competent in basketball, LeBron James, he's going to be very confident. If a guy is very good at baking food, he's going to be a confident chef. So confidence, we have confidence on two different levels. On a specific level, a domain specific level, so that's like in a specific area. But we also have more of a generalized overall life confidence, which we carry with us into every interaction. So domain specific confidence is when it's talking about something specific. Okay, he's confident at meeting people, or at cooking, or at playing this game, or at doing XYZ specific task. That's domain specific confidence. Now, generalized confidence is confidence that you just have about yourself and your ability to do whatever life throws at you. Okay? Now, that's the foundation here. Why does this matter? Well, when someone is winning in all areas of life, or knows that they can win in all areas of life, that's when they have the generalized confidence. That's when they just have the confidence that applies to every area of life, no matter what they're doing. They have this underlying belief that no matter what, they can overcome. They can learn. Even if they're not good yet, they can become good. Well, the thing about it is that confidence and cockiness, they seem very similar on paper. So to the undiscerning eye, an asshole, a bad boy who is cocky, who is, just over the top, rambunctious, narcissistic, well, it looks similar to confidence. And one of the main things that women want in a partner is confidence. Why? Well, because confidence implies that the man is competent. Confidence implies that the man is able to go out there into the world and conquer. He can be a provider for her. He can be a rock for her. He can lead the family. If a guy is just scary, like terrified of everything, well, then he probably can't do much in the world. Because if he was effective within the world, then he would have the confidence to back that up. So one of the reasons why women love men who are assholes and bad boys is because it taps into this deeply psychological trigger in their brain that they want competent men. And one of the simplest ways to filter out incompetent men is by just ignoring the guys who lack confidence. Bad boys and assholes have cockiness. Cockiness seems like confidence. Confidence means that the person is competent. Okay, therefore, in their heads, bad boys and assholes are competent. So they want them. And again, women aren't logically thinking about this. We don't choose what we're attracted to. It just happens. It's like flavors in a food. Like if you like pancakes, or if you like, burritos or tacos or enchiladas, you don't choose to like it. It just has the right mix of savoriness, of sweetness, of whatever other flavors, and you taste it and instantly you like it. It's the same with attraction. The cockiness within bad boys, it's tapping into a deeply psychological trigger that women want in their partners. Okay? So that's the foundation, like the historical evolutionary reason why women like bad boys and assholes. Now, for you, you don't need to be cocky. You don't need to be an asshole. You don't need to be a bad boy. So we'll talk about specifically how to use this in your favor in a minute. But let's talk about some more reasons first as to why women like bad boys and assholes. Well, secondly, nice guys, they can be fucking boring, bro. Like when I used to take girls out on dates when I was 18, 19, and I would just ask them the same questions. What do you want to do? What do you think about this? Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah. And what do you think about this? Oh, yeah, I agree on that too. Nice guys, they often lack a backbone. They often lack the willingness to say things boldly and to be polarizing. It's almost like the girl is just having a conversation with herself at certain points because the guy is so scared to poke and to prod and to lead and to have fun. And the thing about bad boys and assholes is, again, even if they're not perfect, they know how to have an emotional impact. And women love emotions. Like the quickest way to get a woman addicted to you is just to give her a pendulum of emotions. Like give her a roller coaster of emotions. Not in a negative way, but just give her highs and lows and highs and lows. Like when you can send a woman through an emotional roller coaster in a positive way, she gets attached. She falls in love. And this is why we see so many women with assholes who have cheated on them and treated them terribly and did all these terrible things to them because the women are addicted to the emotional roller coaster. Now, there's positive ways of doing this where you don't need to be an asshole. You don't need to be immoral. You can do this all in a good way. But again, it's just all about the emotions that they're tapping into. Women are emotional beings. They need the emotional roller coaster. And there's nothing bad or unethical about giving that to them, about providing that for them. I mean, if you're just walking down the street holding your girl's hand, and you pick her up, and you swing her around, and you kiss her on the lips, out of nowhere, that's an emotional roller coaster. She's high now, like she's looking at you, her eyes are all fluttery like a freaking butterfly. Just from that simple thing. And that's just an example. There's many ways of doing this, which I talk about in my coaching book called down below. But my point is that nice guys tend to be so still, so monotone, so between the lines. Yes, ma'am, we're going to go on a date and I'm not allowed to touch her and I'm not allowed to say this or that and I can't ask those questions and I can't, if she doesn't think this is the truth and I can't disagree with her and I have to be politically correct and it's boring. There's no polarity there. And there's two beautiful things about being polarizing. Number one is that it's going to give her that emotional impact, which gets her addicted. But number two, and more importantly for you as a masculine, high status male who's trying to get an amazing girl into your life, the right girl into your life, well, polarity comes from simply expressing yourself truthfully, expressing the genuine version of yourself for the woman to see and for the world to see. And when you are polarizing, when you express the fullness of yourself for the world, well, now you are going to create a magnet effect where you push away those who aren't a good fit for you, those who don't agree with your values, and where you attract those who do agree. And the beautiful part of this is that you are automatically rejecting the people who wouldn't be a good fit for you anyways, while pulling in the people who you are most likely to actually enjoy. So by being polarizing and by poking at her and by being your fullest self and having that emotional punch in a positive way, well, you're also doing the double-sided, like the dual-sided sword. You're hitting two birds with one stone. You're pulling her in, but you're also making sure that as you're pulling her in, that she's the right person to be pulled in. Because if she wasn't, then you being polarized wouldn't attract her in the first place. Okay? So just to summarize so far, the reasons why bad boys and assholes do so well with women is because cockiness seems like confidence, and confidence implies competency, that a man can take care of the woman and her family. So that's number one. Number two is the simple fact that bad boys can push the right emotional triggers in women's brains. That's number two. Number three is boundaries and dominance. Okay? Now, what I mean by this is women, since the beginning of time, men have been the rock that the family is built upon, and women are more like the garden where the kids and where the family, like the women bring the happiness, but the man is like the protector, the walls. And if the walls are weak, then the entire family falls. And so how a man interacts with a woman, with her, tells the woman a lot about how he interacts with the world. So if a man has no boundaries with her, well, then she knows on a deep subconscious level, okay, he can't even have boundaries with me. I can get my absolute way with him and he does nothing about it. He doesn't care. I lead the relationship. I have the pants on here. Well, she knows that you can't be the walled fortress to protect her and the family from the world. Nice guys, they tend to lack boundaries. They tend to lack dominance. They tend to let the woman lead. They think that, oh, no, we're equal. We have to do everything. Like, I have to be so nice to her. I can't lead. I can't do this. Bro, just because you and women are equal in value doesn't mean that you're equal in role. Okay? Just because you and her are equal in value does not mean you are equal in role. Women want a man who leads. Women want a man who can take her by the hand, guide her through the crowd, like who can just take care of everything. And they want a man who's strong and who has boundaries. And if you don't have boundaries with her, then you don't have boundaries with anything in life. And how does this carry back over to assholes and bad boys? Well, assholes and bad boys have plenty of boundaries. If a girl upsets them, he's going to tell her very quickly. It might not be in the kindest way. It might not be in the most loving way, but she is well aware that he has boundaries. Very well aware. And he dominates her as well. He leads her. He guides her. Again, not always in a positive manner, but the asshole and the bad boys definitely have dominance. Women love these things. It taps into primal circuits deep in their brain. Okay? So that's a third reason. Bad boys and assholes, they have boundaries and they have dominance. Now, the key with all of this is not to go out there and try to become some over-the-top asshole, bad boy, Casanova, whatever, and try to become like tap into the dark triad traits. No, like you don't need to do all of that. You can have the perfect, moral, healthy mix of being the gentleman and the bad boy, which means you just keep the edge, keep the confidence, keep the mystery, lead her, have boundaries, have dominance, have a full life, but remove the negatives. Don't be toxic. Don't take advantage of her. Don't do all those other things that come along with the bad boy on the negative end. But I'm not an asshole. I can be an asshole if required, but I'm not an asshole. I don't consider myself a bad guy. But I'm definitely dominant with my women. I definitely lead them. I'm definitely confident with them. That's what matters. So, anyways, when you can tap into these things, that's when everything changes in your dating life. Because it's not just about getting the date with the girl, it's about keeping the girl. And if you can't tap into the traits, the triggers that make her feel like you are the right man, like you are a strong man, well, then she's not going to stick around for very long. Even if you've gotten her from Tinder and she seems so invested, or you've gotten her from a cold approach, if you aren't signaling these traits of confidence, of having boundaries, of being a dominant leader, of being able to tap into the emotional triggers, if you aren't triggering those, well, then she's not going to be around for very long, bro. Okay? So that's the video for today. Like I said, I'm a dating coach. I help guys to completely transform their dating lives, and we have a very specific guided 90-day program that takes men from lonely and frustrated and unable to consistently date the type of woman that they want to be dating to having complete abundance. Now, I talk about it a lot more on my Instagram page. I have all my client results on there and whatnot, so you can go to my Instagram page at The Life of Woods. But regardless, if you truly want to fix your dating life once and for all and never struggle again, never, be able to, for the rest of your life, be able to say, dating is done. It's no longer an issue. I know that I have the skill set for the rest of my life to go out and get girls no matter where I'm at. Not just girls, like the best of the best women. The women who I actually want. Not the skeezers, not the city girls, the good ones. The beautiful ones. The healthy ones, the mentally healthy ones. The ones who aren't crazy. So if you want that in your life, down below in the description, I have a link to my booking. We can hop on a call for 20, 30 minutes, dive deep into your situation in dating. And I'll just, number one, if you're the right fit, I'll talk about my program and how it works. But we only want guys who have no ego, or who can at least put their ego to the side for a bit so they can learn. Guys who are willing to take action, and guys who are already winning on a basic level in life, guys who have a career. Because if you don't even have the basics taken care of yet, and you have to stack up wins piece by piece in life. And you have to get the basics down first. So anyways, if you want that help, book a call down below, completely free. But regardless of whether or not you do that, I do want to see you win, and hopefully this video has been of extreme value to you. But yeah, now you have to take action. That's the most important part, because nothing in life changes without action. And if you have this desire to get better results, and you're tired of getting flaked on, and you're tired of getting the bullshit from women, and tired of all the craziness in dating, if you're just fed up with the dating market, it's not going to fix itself, man. You can have a beautiful dating life, trust me, because I promise you, dating can be amazing. Even if it's terrible right now, it can be amazing. And I know this because I've been on both sides of that. But it comes down to you feeling that pain deeply that you're currently feeling, choosing to use it as a stimulus to push you to change, and then learning the systems and the knowledge to get the results that you actually want. That's all it takes. And of course, taking action once you learn those systems and those knowledges. Anywho, that's the video for today, gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys on the next one. God bless. Godspeed. Until next time.